Well, g'day there. It's Rob from Gardens Fresh Homestead, eating fresh to your plate. And today, on the 4th of October, we're outside here next to my honeybees. And before we get going on today's Pontiac Red big harvest here, I just want to show you my honeybees here. But before I get going, if you are a real human being and you've clicked on this video, can you give this big Pontiac Red Potato video harvest a thumbs up on the way and write your thoughts and comments down below. If it's not showing the comments, I'm not ignoring you. I just can't see them. Hello there, Heath and Home from Ohio. How you going, guys? Beautiful and sunny here. It is 26 degrees or about 80 Fahrenheit. Hope you can see that there. Not too bad. It's really cool, actually. The last few days it's been extremely hot and the government has been spraying us yet again. Like, I'll just show you the perfect blue skies that we've had. Oh, just perfect. Amazing. And I was just relaxing in my spa and I looked up and all of a sudden I saw two streaks going across the sky. I was like, here they're spraying us yet again. Haven't done it for ages, but I just want to show you my honeybees here. So look at that. Absolutely amazing. I'm gonna try and bring you in for a second if I can. Look at that. Absolutely amazing. They're doing gangbusters at the moment. So I'll just put that back and leave them alone. Got a bowl full of mulberries and a couple of blueberries. Absolutely amazing time to be alive. You know, it's amazing to be alive on the homestead. Another blackjack zucchini and another bowl full of cherry tomatoes, which this is just going gangbusters. All right. So without further ado, we're going to harvest 5 different ways for your Pontiac Red potatoes. We've got a raised garden bed, obviously. We've got a 20-litre container. We've got a cardboard box. We've got a raised planter box. And we've got a black Hessian bag. So I think we're going to do the raised planter box because they died probably about 3 or 4 weeks ago, actually. And I've just left them be. So we're just going to go there. Okay, as you can see, not nice and dead. All right, here we go. Now tip it on the ground, like so. All right. I've planted about 4 in this raised planter box here. As you can see, the wind's blowing everything away. I'm going to try and drop the camera down if I can a little bit so you can see. Okay, here we go. Let's see how many potatoes we can get. Only baby ones at the moment. Very disappointing. Okay. What we get? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, we'll call it 20. As you can see, that's about, I've got 20 from 4 in that raised planter box. That's about 5 per plant, so that's not too bad. I would like them a lot bigger, a lot rounder, but unfortunately, this is how it is on the homestead. The That's what happened on my last harvest from last week. I got 100 small Desire ones. I'm really after the big boulders here to make good chips, good long chips here. We'll just put those in there for now. Okay, very disappointing. So let me know in the comments down below what you might think is going to get the most. Let's try the cardboard box. Hopefully, I'll put 4 in there as well, I believe. Yeah, it's just died off. So let's see what we can get. Oh, there you have it. All right, as you can see, the cardboard box is completely destroyed. But I just wanted to show you, you can plant different stuff in different products. It doesn't have to be a raised garden bed, whatever. It could be a rusty wheelbarrow, a bucket, whatever. That's what it's all about. It doesn't have to be brand new or fancy. A lot of people trying to sell fancy Vago raised garden beds, costing you an absolute fortune. You don't have to spend hundreds upon hundreds of dollars. So, let's see what we got here. Yeah, all small ones though. Okay, interesting. Yeah, they're not too bad. A little bit better than what they were. Geez, I'm usually having better luck with the Pontiac red potatoes from previous years, but not looking too good. But there's quite abundance there. You know, I'm still getting quite a bit. Okay, we'll get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 24, 26, 28, 30. Okay, so we've got 30 out of that cardboard box. And I'm pretty sure I planted, it was 4 or 5. So what's that? 5 per plant. You know, that's why I usually average about 4.5 to 5 per plant. My Royal Blue, I got 6.5. Check those videos out. Just an amazing time to be alive. And I don't know what it is. If it's the sun, I put more coffee grounds on those, but the Desires, they're shoved from my race trailer, so they didn't get as much sunlight. So maybe that affected my output there. But this is all in one area. It's the same compost, the same fertilizer I use. So I'm not sure what's going on with these Pontiac red potatoes, but it's better than zero. I would like them to be big size potatoes so I can get my long chips that I like to do. But all in all, that's not too bad. Thank you for staying on and watching, and write your thoughts and comments down below. We'd be really much appreciated. And what are you growing on your homestead? What do you do to get your potatoes nice and big? What are your tips and tricks? We'd like to hear your thoughts. Um, you know, I just report what I do, and if someone goes, "Oh, you should have done it this way, you could have done it better," I'd love to really hear about it. Okay, so we're going to try the 20-litre containers now, buckets, I should say. Sorry. One, I did have three, but one got filled with water and it just wouldn't drain out. I had holes in it, but it was no good. So I'm pretty sure I put 2 or 3 in these buckets. Okay, so here are the buckets in question. 20 litre, and these are food grade. You can get these from any box store, but make sure they are food grade. I'm pretty sure there's some sort of stamp or it tells you on here EPA free, I think, and it's going to have food safe. Let me just, there, if you can see it. Yeah. But again, this is just using a different way. If you don't have enough garden space, or you're in a flat, or you don't have enough room, you can start using different ideas. And I just ran out of room, and you had these buckets, and I just started using them. Let's see. Yeah, no comment there. Okay. Okay, let's see what we get. Okay, we got 3, 5, 6, 7. There's 10, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so we've got 14 here. Hi there, Julie, how are you? Welcome to Gardens Fresh Homestead, eating fresh to your plate. We've got about 13 or 14 baby-sized Pontiac red potatoes here. I've planted about 2 or 3 in that bucket, but disappointing. I was hoping to see them bigger, but hey, this is better than nothing at all. And I'm just thankful for what we've got. All right, here we go. The second bucket. What will we get? Okay, this is a little bit better. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, don't. Need more hands. Okay, need more hands here. There you can see. Let's see. Heath at home. I use a lot of blood meal in my beds and fertilizer with organic fertilizer regularly. We are in a very hot and area. I also water regularly. Yeah, that's kind of like our state, Queensland, here in Australia. Cold one day, raining and sunny the next. And at the moment, we're in the second month of spring and it feels like summer. We're about to have a massive heat wave. The last few days, or the last week and a half, it's been a bit nippy in the morning. Then it's getting up to the 80 Fahrenheit. But I dare say that we're going to be reaching 40 centigrade or 110 Fahrenheit within the next few months. It's going to be a cracker. We didn't get that storm that what they predicted, but it's nice, nice cool breeze. It's not too bad actually. This is manageable, but it's going to be a very hot summer. I know that for sure. Do you water your plants once a week or a few times a week? Because potatoes don't like too much water. They get soggy and boggy and then they just rot away. So let me know. We'd really like to hear what you actually do. Okay, so we're going to go to the black potato Hessian bag over here in the corner, which is this here. I planted about several of them. Okay, now this is going to be fun because I'm going to drag this thing over to the mat. So, let me move the dirt. Yeah, I planted several of these potatoes, so let's see. But they're still alive, so they're on their way out. So let's dig them up. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh. All right. Woo. Okay, that's not too bad. All right, we've got 2. Let's see it. Through. There's some medium-sized ones here. Now this is like right in the corner, so it's partly getting shade and whatnot. But what I find interesting is most of it's getting all sun, but this one in the corner is not. But it's producing medium-sized potatoes, and again, same fertilizer, coffee grounds, rock minerals. And I just find the results very interesting and very humbling. And then you get little puny little golf ball sizes like this. So, yeah, but it's all good eating, folks. You know, you go to the green box store and they don't want you to buy the big ones. And, you know, growing is not cheap. Gardening is not cheap, but growing is for free. And that's what I want you to understand is, you know, once you have your setup, it doesn't cost you anything anymore. You can just keep going and going the following season. The following season doesn't cost you anything. All right. Here we go. 4, 6, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 4, 6, 8, 40, 2, 4, 6, 8, 50. Okay, so there's 50 in here. Just mostly baby-sized ones. Okay, Heath and Holmes. I have to water several times a week. I'm in a raised bed, 34 inches, so they don't retain water at all. I'm working towards merit system, and so it's not a lot of investment. Yeah, well, that's what it's all about, not costing you the ends of the earth. You know, you see a lot of these products online, you know, like these raised garden beds, Bago raised garden beds costing you $300-400. Then they want the netting on top. And I'm just trying to show backyard gardeners and homesteaders, you know, you don't need a fancy raised garden bed. This raised garden bed is fencing from Stratco here in Australia. But I just made my own because it was cheaper than what is in the big box stores. But that's what it's all about. You know, you do you, and you set up your system and make it work for you. That's what it's all about. You know, I appreciate you sticking on and staying and watching this live stream. It's very important because, you know, food prices are through the roof, electricity, rent, the home loan, it's all expensive. And if you can save a bit of money on food, it goes a long way. But still, that's better than nothing. So I've got 50, there's probably not 50, there's 100. All right, I think we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 holes that I planted over here. All right, I'm going to move the camera. I can see a lot of bees buzzing around you. Yes, that's my beehive. If you haven't seen it at the start of the video, I'll just show you quickly now. Absolutely amazing. There's a beehive. Yep. Just absolutely going gangbusters. I lost a queen 2 times. I started my colony. She flew away. They made a new one. It started to go up, flew away again. And this time, this queen has stayed, and we're going to be producing a lot of honey within the next few months. So it's going to be an amazing time. I've already got my second beehive ready to go. I'm just waiting on a few, my new lot of bees. But yeah, it all just takes time and effort. I mean, these videos, there's inspiration behind it because sometimes there's setbacks on the homestead. Basically, all these struggles, you don't understand the hundreds and hundreds of dollars you buy in fruit trees, but then you have to wait a couple of years before you get your investment back. That's what it's all about. You have to wait. And that's what my videos are about, not just planting and gardening, but also the struggles and waiting for your investment, your hard effort to pay off. And I'm starting to see it with my fruit trees. It's going to be an amazing time. We're going to bumper crop with my apples, my plums. Looks like my cherries are going to take off as well. So I'm going to put this back. Okay. All right, so I'm going to move the camera and get on a side view of digging up these potatoes here. All right. All right, here we go. Here we go. I think. Okay. I'll move this out of the way. All right, we've got a grapevine here. It's done no good to me, actually. It's the first year had heaps on. We had a heat wave, destroyed it, and for the last 3 years it hasn't done much. So if it doesn't do much this year, it's had its time. After 3 years, it'll flower, it'll put heaps of leaves on it, but then the caterpillars come as well. That's another issue. I've got kangaroo pool here. Here, there's there, and that one. It's Australian native, and there's some basil. All right. Let me go drink. Yeah, thank you very much for staying on and supporting the channel. You know, I'm not here to sell you a product. I'm not here to get you 10% off. I'm going to show you if I can garden and harvest, you can too. And that's what it's all about. Okay. So without further ado, without disturbing some of these plants, we're going to dig up these. All right. Here we go. Okay. Try and get under. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Woo! Oh yeah, baby. There's the boulders. Look at that. Yes. Now, same conditions, same sunlight, same soil, fertilizer, coffee grounds. The same packet of potato seeds. Do you find that Heath and Homes? You get some small, some big. My rural blue potatoes are mostly mediums and bigs. What do you find on the homestead? Do you get a mixed bag, or what do you see? That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. Okay. Try and get under here. Got the root system as well. Oh, don't a pierced one, as always. You got to dig right under it, but damn it. That's okay. Let's chop it off, and it's still good eating. Okay. Come on. All right. Okay. All right. Get right under it. Oh. Look at that. Good. And another thing I'm noticing too, no wormholes. Only that one there at the moment, which is a good sign. In previous years, I've had a lot of wormholes, a lot of divots in them, but this year, hardly any, which is very surprising. They are bigger in my raised beds. The pots and what's the other one there? Bags never produce very big potatoes. Yeah, you watch a lot of videos and you see people having success doing it that way. And so I thought, since I've ran out of room and I still had potatoes left over, let's utilize whatever I could. And let's this theory or myth put to bed, actually. And yeah, it's interesting that you're getting small potatoes in different setups, but the raised garden bed is the better option, I think. Okay. All right. Yeah, definitely the raised garden bed. Okay. one in the middle. More boulders. Absolutely amazing time to be alive. Incredible. Beautiful. That's what I'm looking for. Nearly store brought, basically. Now these, just like my previous last two videos, I haven't posted the other one yet, but they're like 2 or 3 weeks shy of being harvested. They die off pretty quickly. So yeah, that's another thing too. Have you noticed it says 90 days or 105 or 4 months, and they usually die off a little bit earlier? Let me know if that happens to you. All right. Here. Oh, Jesus. Oh, damn. That was going to be a good one. I pierced it. Unfortunately, it's just how it is. You can't get right under it. Plus, I've got the grapevine weeds and all that down the bottom. So, one of those things, but I don't have a harvester to get these potatoes deep down. That's what I'm talking about. That's way better. That's way better now. I'm going to bring you forward so you don't seem far away. I'm trying to do the best job I can. I'm a one-man band show here. But I'm really impressed how the raised garden bed is doing compared to the buckets, the cardboard box, the raised planter box. Yeah, amazing. All right, looks like we've probably got four more holes to go. Whew, starting to warm up here. Let's see what you say. Usually the heat makes mine give up the ghost earlier. Yeah. The other week we had a bit of a heat wave for like 2 days, and it cooled off, and then we're in spring here at the moment here in Australia, and they're predicting it's going to be a scorcher, real hot. So that's probably what it is as well. Right. Let's go. Okay, that's not too bad. Got 6 out of that plant. Awesome. Awesome time to be alive. Edging away, guys. Thank you. I'm working up a sweat here. All right. Now this is about a harvest. All right. Let me get a drink. Let me get a drink here. Just want to show you quickly, if I can. I've got several of my mulberry trees here. Got an apple tree, blood navel. I've got 3 nectarines, 2 sunny bell, and a sundown. They're coming on real strong now. Let's see. Pissing is okay. Just have to cook it for you for dinner. Absolutely. That's what it's all about. Home cooked meals, fresh from the garden. That's what I'm about. Straight to your plate. So probably after this I'll do my corn. I think in this raised garden bed, and this small sunflowers. My other sunflower and corn, they're going great, going gangbusters. My new concept I did last year went really, really well. Even Mr. Possum had a thumbs up on that one. Speaking of which, I saw Mr. Possum being attacked by the crows and the Happy family this morning. Yeah, I had to race over and see what was going on in the bushland. And yeah, but he's definitely back. All right, we've got 2 more to go, 2 more holes. Whoa! Now that's a big one right there. Size of my hand. Look at that. What a monster. That's what I'm talking about. Another hole to be had. It seems like it's got dimples in it, but that's probably the eyes of the potato. That's awesome. Yeah. All right. Now we'll cook them with gas. I can't bring them over, but there we have it. Wow. I think the raised garden bin wins it by a mile. These have got to be some of the best size Pontiac red potatoes I've grown in a raised garden bed this in the following years. The others didn't do so well. Produced a bit, but all baby small ones. You know, golf ball size compared to this. But again, I was just utilising every bit of inch of land that I had and just put it all together. And so nothing was wasted. even though I got heaps of these baby ones, they're still good eating. I think, don't complain what the good Lord above gives you. May seem like you didn't get anything, but there's quite a bit here in that wheelbarrow. I would have liked to have filled it, but getting a bit crazy. So what did we get here? I'm going to do a bit of a count. So 3, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40. Okay, so 40 about here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 29. Let's see if I can find one more in here. There's got to be. Oh, there it is, 30. So, what did I say, 40, 30? That's 70. If someone can, 70 divided by 12, what's that? Can you write that number in the comments down below? Be very much appreciated. That's not too bad. So what we get? Does someone have a calculator on them? Let me know. 12 divided by 70. What did we get? That's not including all this in here, which is probably 100. I have to better count after the video's ended. But all in all, I'm really impressed with how the Pontiac red potatoes went in the raised garden bed yet again. Just they've done exceptional well for me. That's why I like it. And Heath and Holmes, I went to my local nursery as I did earlier on in the year. They didn't have the potatoes. We waited and waited. We came to June and they said, this is all we're getting. It was the Royal Blue and Desire. There was no Dutch cream. There was no Pontiac red. I went in there 2 weeks after and I saw 6 bags, 1 kilo, or about 12 to 14 of these. And so I grabbed all 6 bags. And sometimes that's all you're going to get in the 6. Yeah, awesome. That's awesome. Better than my 4.5 to 5 per plant. So I'm gaining. I would like to see several to 10 per plant, but it's better than 0. There was a few duds in my previous video I got a post. But that's what I'm trying to get at here. Just because you've got a packet of seeds and a fruit tree doesn't mean that year or the following year you're going to get a bumper crop. You never know what you're going to get. And that's what my videos are all about. It's not about just gardening and harvesting. It's also talking to you, the viewer, and saying, this is what's happened to me on the homestead, on the garden front. And these are boulders, man. These are awesome. So I dare say that the raised garden bed was hands down by a country mile compared to the others. But then you see videos on YouTube that say people are doing wonders. So hey, let's do all five. Let's do them all. You know, the same sun conditions, the same setup, soil, amendments, water, and let's see what we get. Yeah, you saw that black Hessian bag. Um, the black Hessian bag here. I put several in there, and they did pretty well. A lot of small ones and a couple of medium sized, but all in all, that did all right. I think it would have done better if it was out in the sun compared to in the shade, but that's the spot I had, and I just ran out of room. So I just was utilizing whatever I could on the homestead. Yeah, so this is awesome. I'm probably going to do some corn and probably some more beetroot. My beetroot's going all right now. So yeah, thank you very much for joining me, Heath and Holmes. It's been much appreciated. I don't know if you're a subscriber or being told to come here. Let me know in the comments down below if you found this channel on your own or someone else told you to come here. Because I've only seen your comment today or the previous post. It's just interesting to see where people are coming from. That's all. Because on my previous video, I had like about 8 people watching all of a sudden, and then I was getting no comments and views. And this week, I'm getting people like yourself staying on and commenting. So it's really encouraging. That's awesome. Bit disappointed in a couple of these potatoes that I cut, but that's expected. You're always going to pierce a few along the way. Bit disappointing, but you get that. And without damaging the root system on these plants, and basil and my grape vine there, which is doing all right at the moment. Can't see any buds on there at the moment, but there will be. I like potato reveals. Me too. It's just you never know what you're going to get, and that's what it was all about. Let's do all 5 and just see what you get. And this is utilizing space and coming up with new ideas. But again, you don't have to spend big money to grow. You know, again, you know, this is probably the most expensive part was building this myself and the soil. I've got this is 5 meters by 1 meter by 40 centimeters high, and I've got three of these. I think it all up costed me $400 for the materials, and then another $500 for the soil, and just my own labor. So, but it's starting to pay dividends now. You know, it takes a couple of years to, the money that you spent on the homestead to actually come back, and you get to reap the rewards. And that's what I'm about, reaping those rewards and just waiting your turn. And just like my fruit trees, it took a number of years before these mulberries. I'll just, if I can, show you all these mulberries here. I've got 3 of them. They're about 3 or 4 years old now, and they're going gangbusters. But there's probably another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that are only 1 year old or 2, so they're not really producing too much at the moment. So, but I'll wait, and that's what it's all about, just waiting your turn. And the money that I spent in investment on pots and water, it'll come back to me in years to come, and that's what I'm about. So it's been an amazing morning. Oh God, it has warmed up. It has warmed up a lot. Thank you for the 4th person who's joined in. Amazing time to be alive as a back gardener or a homesteader. We've just discovered that basically the raised garden bed is better than putting the Pontiac red potatoes in buckets or cardboard box or raised planter box. And to me, it just sums it up. But there might be someone else who does something completely different against the grain and it works for them. You know, what I'm saying may not work for you. You find your way and make it work. And that's what it's all about, is just watching people and learning different ideas. You know, just like my corn with my sunflowers. My sunflowers were 6 to 10 feet tall, grew amazing. And the corn, I had like 4 to 5 ears per plant. It was amazing times. But again, people might say, no, that doesn't work. But, you know, I go against the grain as well. So I hope you're getting something out of this video, and just inspires you to think differently and just go against the grain and do what works for you, basically. That's what I'm trying to get at here. And I'm just practicing my preach here, my little gospel in these videos. This is an amazing time to be alive. So that's about it, really, on the homestead. So I might just leave it there, I think. Thank you for the people that have give this big Pontiac red potato video the thumbs up and have commented. It's been really much appreciated, and the support and the love. I will, after this stream, come and find you and sub to your channel. And yeah, because that's what it's all about, networking and talking to people and all that. And if you do the same on my live videos, I'm going to do the same back. And it's really much appreciated, the love. So I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to take another cold drink. But until then, it's been really good talking to everyone on the screen and just doing this big harvest. It's amazing times. So I'm just going to leave it there. So until next time, either grow big or go to the shops. Thank you very much again for watching at Gardens Fresh Homestead. Bye for now.